How's it going, YouTube? And I just thought I'd do a quick video about gym motivation, and if you're not motivated, things you can do that get you motivated, because everyone's motivated by different things. Now, first of all, there's some people who just get that gym bug, and once they get it, they're just on it and on it and on it. And that's initially what I did. I was 16 years old, I started going to the gym, I was curling every single day, and I just thought it was great, and I also thought I knew absolutely everything there was to know about the gym within about 3 weeks. And but it was good, even though I wasn't doing everything properly. I got into that like a drug that I wanted to just keep going and keep going. I saw a little bit of improvements, and I want to go more and more and more. And along the way, I started to learn a lot of things that I was doing wrong, and basically that carried on for 2.5 years. In that time, I did stop going to sixth form because I was studying law and business, and I went to college. So I was retrained and did sports science, and then I got qualified as a personal trainer and a fitness instructor. And then obviously I knew what I was doing instead of just kind of half guessing and hoping it works. And basically I just kept going and going and going without even thinking, oh, I can't be bothered to go to the gym today, or why am I doing this, or I haven't changed much in the past 2 months, I've hit a plateau. I just kept going and going and going and didn't stop, and I found it easy, and I never really thought about motivation because it just came naturally. Then I stopped. I went to university, and I kind of lost all motivation for not just the gym, for learning, for what I was planning on doing for a career, and everything just kind of went down the pan, really. Stopped going to the gym, completely flunked first few months of university, ended up leaving, and came back, lived back at home with my mum, and I just didn't bother going back to the gym. I just left it. So then we have Christmas 2014. Yeah, Christmas 2014. By that time I'd put on probably about 10-11 pounds. Wasn't fat or anything, nowhere near it, but obviously I was out of shape, and I decided I needed to get back into the gym. So I started in January, and I'd stopped working as a personal trainer pretty much altogether then, just a bit and piece at the gym that I actually now train at. But apart from that, I'd completely stopped altogether, and I was doing loads of other different little jobs. And yeah, I started training. A mate of mine joined me, and then another mate of mine joined me, and then another mate of mine joined me, and then Jess joined me, and there were times where there were like 5 of us going to the gym. As good as it was to train people, and I mean obviously I loved to do it when I worked, I thought it was great, it completely ruined for me my gym set, what I like to do, because I would spend all my time training people that by the end of the day I wouldn't want to be in the gym anymore. So then I'd kind of miss out on me, do like 10 hours straight in the gym, you just want to go home, you don't want to then stay in the gym afterwards. But then I thought, when I'm training like my friends, when I'm training Jess, it's different because you're training alongside them, but it started to have that same effect as if I was working, and worse than working because you're not going to get paid for it. But I was working, and even though I was training alongside them, I couldn't focus as well. So that wasn't great, and I stopped in about April 2015, didn't really train at all. I got injured as well, got an injury in my ankle, which didn't help, and that slowly got worse. And I just stopped altogether. Went a couple of times by myself and couldn't really get into it. And then we go all the way to New Year 2016, where everyone turns around and says they're going to go back to the gym. And I did for a couple of weeks, and I dropped off, and I thought, why am I even bothering? Well, what's the point? My main thing that I think stopped me from getting back into the gym was down to, I went so religiously, so constantly for that 2.5, 3 years initially, that even when I slacked off and even when I put quite a bit of weight on, I could still look in the mirror and think, you look alright. Because underneath it all, I still had a decent shape. My abs, it doesn't seem to matter how much weight I put on, you can still see them. They're not defined in the slightest, and they're nowhere near like surface abs and blocky as they should be, but I could still see them. So I found it hard to draw motivation from like, oh, you're too unhealthy, you need to go to the gym. And then I just didn't have anything else to work with. I just thought, I'll go tomorrow, I ain't bothered. So then I had ages off, absolutely ages. Started back a little bit, got ill, stopped going, then I never went back. And then it comes to buying the house, May this year. And by this time I was about 198 pounds, just over 14 stone. Didn't know that until we bought some scales, and I realised just how unhealthy I was. I only could tell by looking in the mirror, but didn't realise I got to that point. Went to Florida, and obviously you overeat when you're on holiday, so I was £200 plus by the time I came back, but that fell back off to 14 stone quite quickly. But getting over £200 was quite a shock. I'm only 5'8", 5'9", so £200 is a bit heavy for me, especially when it's fat, not muscle. So I finally went back to the gym. Obviously, earlier video, from Fat to Fit day one, that video was the first day back at the gym. And to be honest, I was sceptical. I thought I wanted to do it. I really wanted to get back into the gym and get fit, but I wouldn't have been at all surprised if I'd have turned around after a couple of weeks and gone, I can't be asked to do this no more. But what I found to be my motivation, aside from the fact that obviously I just need to lose weight in general and I know I have to do it, I drew my motivation in numbers. I always used to train based on a number. They say don't worry about the weight, worry about your form, and that's completely true. And the majority of my exercise, all the time that I do, I focus on form, I don't chase the weight. But most sessions I do, if I do chest and triceps, my very first exercise, I pyramid up to 1, 2, 3 maximum of a rep. So I will push as heavy weight as I can, still keeping relatively good form, not snapping anything up, but I will push that weight. And then I will remember that weight. And a couple of weeks later, I'll push a weight 5 kilos more. And then I'll remember that weight. And I do that, and then on back and biceps, I do deadlifts on back day. And I pyramid up with that, get my highest deadlift. And then overhead press, military press on shoulder day, and squats on leg day. Now when I was training really well back ages ago, I had a 190 kilo deadlift, I had a 140 kilo squat, 130 kilo bench, and 90 kilo overhead. When I went back, I did 140 kilo deadlift, 110 kilo squat, 105 kilo bench, and 65 kilo overhead, or 60 or 65, one of them, anyway. And I do that, and then I went and I did it all again 2 weeks later, and I did 160 kilo deadlift, I did 125 kilo squat, I did 110 kilo bench, and it's 75 kilo overhead. And that is what pushes me forward, because I do them at the start of my session, it was knackering, and then I'd power through the rest of my session, work on contraction, work on the movement. I'm very good at keeping my form good for the majority of the time until I get completely wiped out right at the end of the session after too many supersets and drop sets. But I would keep all of that the same, and I'd just focus going in when I'm fresh, hitting whatever I can hit, then carry on with the rest of the work you're doing. And that was the motivation for me, and it always has been really. It's been chasing, what can I lift now? You know, just those 4 exercises, that is my motivation. And then everything else comes in, and obviously it all comes into play because that builds your body, that builds this part of the muscle, that builds that part of the muscle, all the different exercises, all the different variations, and then it all works for that 1 rep on that 1 exercise. And that was it for me. That's how I worked before. That's what I forgot when I tried to go back to the gym again. And picking it up again now and going back to the roots of how I used to train has just brought me back to how I've been. It's made everything easy. And when I've wanted to train and when I want to be like that, it's helping with my diet. I've got the appetite suppressants, which is working wonders as well. I'm in the 12 stones now. Obviously you've got your protein, pre-workout, which I haven't really used that much because I used to use it quite a bit, especially to get me in the mood to go to the gym if I didn't want to, but I've actually been in the mood. And those Roxidex ones by Muscle Geek Nutrition, the appetite suppressants I used, they give you quite a buzz anyway, so I didn't need a pre-workout when I used them. So it's for you, for anybody who does watch this, you've got to pick exactly what motivates you. If you're motivated to lose weight, that's great, but is it going to carry you through? Because, okay, you lose a bit of weight, then what do? You slack off because you think, oh, I'm all right now, and then you put it back on, and then you're in a cycle, which is what a lot of people do. You've got to find something that you enjoy doing, that is the reason why you go to the gym, the reason why you eat healthy, the reason why you want to become a fitter, better version of yourself. And I don't think just a simple, oh, I'm going to go to the gym and lose a bit of weight, is what keeps people at the gym, because they just don't, they then slack off. So you've got to find something that makes you want to go. If you've got the gym bug and you just really like training, that's great. If you're one of those people who wakes up every morning, looks in the mirror and just manages just to pick out like, I want that to be a little better, and then the next day, oh, no, just a little bit, and go that bit, that's great as well. I think it's very good for people who are recovering from like an injury or something like that when they get into it. I've seen quite a few people, I trained quite a few people who were quite fit before, maybe not that fit, but you know, reasonably fit. They got injured and they've gone from like there down to there, and then because they're thinking, oh, I want to be back up there, they get into it and they go from all the way down here past where they were and sky high. And it all just comes down to whether it's intrinsic or extrinsic, whatever it is, what motivates you. Whether you're motivated from like morals or what you think inside, or you're motivated because you've got a race in 3 months and first prize gets $1,000 and you want to win it, so you go to the gym every day for 3 months. Whatever it is, you need to use it to work for you. And that's all I do with these 4 exercises. I go in, don't do it every session. I still do the deadlift say on back day, but I'll do not as heavy weight and I'll just do them normally. But in 2 weeks, I'll go and I'll hit it really hard and I'll just see. And if it doesn't go up when I do it next time, which I'm doing on Thursday, will be deadlift day. Thursday or Wednesday. If I don't hit it, as long as I at least hit what I got before, if I still get 160, I'll be happy, because I'm pretty sure the 160 will feel slightly better because I'd have done it once before, and then maybe 2 weeks later I can push with 165, 170. But that works for me. And I'm not saying that is what's going to work for you, but I'm saying that you need to find something that does work for you. It doesn't matter if no one else agrees, if it doesn't work for them, or they think this works better, or they think that works better, or blah, blah, blah. Something that works for you. And there is something that will work for everyone. There is a reason why everyone should get off their asses and go to the gym, or go outside and go for a run, or go and play sport. There is a reason for everyone, because we should be fitter. Everyone should be fitter. So look for it. It doesn't matter what it is. If it works for you, allow it to thrive. And then going to the gym's easy. Stick to the diet's easy. Doing the same thing day in, day out, getting up, watching what you eat, but still enjoying your food. Don't make it so strict that you hate it. Going to the gym and training hard, training well, pushing yourself every single day doesn't seem anywhere near as hard when you're doing it for something you can see in your head that's going to work. That's easy. That's all it is. This has been quite a long video, so if you say to the end, thank you, If you haven't, don't blame you. But just take that in mind. And obviously, please subscribe. We'll be doing more videos. Got to edit a video at Jess's that I still haven't done. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment down below if you want, and we will see you in the next video. See you later.